As it is early for you guys as it is for me this morning, I've been up for quite a little while now, getting work done. Um, so we are here. We are ready. This morning, what do you guys want to talk about? You guys messaged me a couple things, so I have some stuff that you guys want to talk about that we can talk about today. But again, these sessions are always for you guys, so you guys got to let me know what up. Hassan, it's 9 on your end, so it's not that early. I think would be very kind of universal for people that got messaged to me yesterday, and thank you guys. So if you guys don't know, it's 6 a.m. Yes, I am live right now on both YouTube and IG. Leslie, Armand, what up over on YouTube? Zach, what up? And so I appreciate you guys have been joining me at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's your daily dose of Dr. Pinesett. Who's enjoying these sessions? Who's enjoying getting a little bit of motivation, information in their mornings? Steven, what up? All right, so what I'm going to talk about today is opportunity. And we're going to talk about opportunity. Hassan, I'm glad you're liking this. Perfect way to start your day. 10:15 in Nova Scotia. My people to the north in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. So I think that something that someone messaged me yesterday, they were saying that they're at a small school and their school lacks opportunities, they feel. And what they're thinking about doing is transferring to a bigger school in order to have more opportunities. Hello from Thailand. And let's talk about that. How many of you guys feel like where you're at doesn't have the opportunities you need to be successful? And I think it's kind of a common sentiment among students that they feel like there's a lack of opportunities at their school. Their school doesn't offer this. They don't have funding for this. They don't have this and that and the other thing. And all these things. So people are concerned and they feel like they can't make it to wherever they want to go, whether it's medical school or dental school or graduate school. They just want to get a job. They don't have internship opportunities, whatever it is. And my response when people send me these messages, and I get a lot of them, is there's always, man, my school doesn't have this, and how do I get that? I know I need this. Is that in order to be successful in this world in 2019, right, almost now 2020, we have to understand that there are an abundance of opportunities. There are always opportunities, but many of you guys are so closed in to what you think an opportunity is that you are missing opportunities that are within your grasp, and you're not taking advantage of the opportunities that are available to you. And I saw a quote, right, as I was like maybe a couple weeks ago, and I had saved it to my phone, that I thought fit perfectly with this. And it was someone posted this, and I was like, this is hilarious. And it was a letter. And the top said, "Dear optimist, pessimist, and realist. While you guys were arguing about the glass of water, I drank it. Sincerely, the opportunist." And you guys often hear me talk about my students and how I teach my students to be takers. And oftentimes, I think it gets misinterpreted that I'm like, oh, we're going to take on other people. And like, no. It's not about taking things from other people. It's about taking what's ours. It's about making our world ours. It's about making opportunities. It's about bringing the good that we want around us to us, right? And to do that, we have to have our eyes open and be aware, and we have to not only see what opportunities are available to us, but we have to always be looking to create an opportunity. And once that opportunity is within even our glimpse of view, you best believe we're holding on to it with dear life. We're not giving it up, and we're taking full advantage. We're sucking all the juice out of that opportunity. And I feel like for some of you guys, you aren't opportunistic enough, and you are stuck in optimist mode. Like, oh, it'll work out. Something will fall into my lap. Oh, you know what? Someone will come along and give me an opportunity. Someone will give me a chance. You know what? It's okay that my GPA is not strong. Someone is going to take a chance on my 2.1 GPA. They'll let me in. It's okay that I don't have this requirement. I know it says I need that requirement, but I'm optimistic that things will turn out okay. Right? How many of you guys are in that mode where you're justifying all this stuff? Right? Or how many of you guys are the pessimists where you don't even try for things because you don't believe you'll get it? And I'll give you an example, right? It's that time of year. So every year I advise students on applying. And every year I say, why not swing for the fences? Well, I don't think I'll get in. So if you don't apply, you automatically can't get in. What do you lose by applying? If you go and you apply to an Ivy League school, or you apply to, what do you lose? Yet people are told, well, I don't know if I'm going to be competitive. And then they believe that whole, and they're pessimistic on themselves, and they talk down on themselves. And because you talk down on yourself, you just talk yourself out of opportunity. Don't even recognize, you saved them having to reject you by rejecting yourself. And every year I have students who get into schools, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got into school. I wasn't going to apply there. And I'm like, yeah. Because you were being a pessimist, and I had to shake you loose of being that pessimist and tell you to go for it. You got nothing to lose. But you got to take the opportunity. You got to seize it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to be good enough to get it, right? And some of you guys are realists. And what a realist is, in my perception of it, is that a realist is someone who's too grounded, in the sense that they only see what's possible today and not what's possible in the long term, right? So for some of you guys, how many of you guys believe that everything you've done before is what you're going to be doing in the future? That whatever's possible today is whatever's possible for forever, right? Think about that. How many of you guys are like, oh, you know what? That's going to be a lot of work. I'm not really ready for that. And you know what? This is more realistic for me. This is a more realistic goal for me. And as the opportunist, what we understand is that anything and everything we can attain, maybe not today, but if we're willing to work for it and better ourselves, we are infinitely powerful. We can go as high as we want to go, as far as we want to go. We're not tied to the ground. We are reaching for the stars. And we are saying that we're willing to work to get to those stars. Does that make sense to everybody right now? If that's making sense to you, like the video, throw a comment. Let me know that I'm not crazy at 6 a.m. So Trey says, network and use the resources to the fullest. You can always apply for some programs at the bigger schools, right? And that's the other thing, is all these bigger schools want to bring you in. So why not do that? Why not take advantage of those opportunities instead of just looking at your one school? And I have a student right now, we'll talk about that, who literally drives an hour and a half to go to his research opportunity. Because his school didn't offer research, he was busy peppering people, and then showed up in person and then got a lab opportunity. It's an hour and a half from where he goes to school. It doesn't matter, because he's creating opportunity and taking advantage of that opportunity, and he's going to be excellent. And that's the separator. All right. And oftentimes what you guys don't also recognize, you guys think it's one thing, but it's everything. How many of you guys, like I always say, your standard is your standard. And what you're willing to tolerate in one sphere is what you are tolerating in another sphere. And some of you guys have extremely low standards in certain aspects of your life, extremely low expectations, extremely low hustle and grind, and all these things in one level area, and it trickles over into everything else you do. Everything else you do becomes softened, becomes weak, becomes less than, because of one area. And if you simply raised your standard in one area and started there, and said, this is going to be the jump off point, this is going to be where I'm going to change my life, you would see that many other things would follow. And that's how, like, again, people say I'm cocky, I'm arrogant, whatever, but I am great, guys. I'm so great. Ooh, gosh, I'm so great. I'm so great. And I can say that because I've worked for it. And I can say that because I understood to become that greatness, it starts with one thing. And I try to encourage you guys, and I tell you guys this all the time, right? It's not nothing complex, nothing fancy. It's simple. Get consistent. Get hardworking, strive for things. And some of you guys don't have a mindset where you're like, oh, you know what? I work hard one day, I don't work hard another day. Work hard this week, I don't work hard, whatever. But if you see me, I'm consistent. How many of you guys are not as consistent as you should be, as you need to be? And that's why you're not great. And for my students, I give them steps and plans to help them be consistent. And when they get consistent, it's amazing how quickly they get great also. But some of you guys aren't doing the little things, letting opportunities pass you by. not constantly being on it, right? You're letting that negative voice in your head tell you, oh, you know what? This studying session is not going to go well. I better not study. I'm just going to go ahead and skip this today. You know, I'm feeling a little sick. I have a tickle in my throat, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to sit down for this talk today. Oh, you know what? Lecture's a little too far. Oh man, I'd have to fill the tank up. I have to get my coffee. I'm just not going to be able to make the lecture today. Right? How many of you guys is that you guys? Think about that. All these little things where you guys are being the optimist, the pessimist, instead of being the opportunist. And something that one of my early mentors told me, and I'll reflect this now, many guys maybe have heard this, but something that one of my earliest mentors told me was, and this was a big, again, little things that make big things, was she told me, she was my advisor, not my advisor, she was someone who advised me while I was at UC Irvine, zot for my anteaters, and she said to me, as a first generation student, and this may be a little off-putting to some of you guys, but as a black male in America, she said, people don't like you. And she said, as a black man in America, nobody's going to give you anything. And I was like, okay. And she says, so if there's a line somewhere, if there's an opportunity somewhere, it's up to you to go and get in that line. It's up to you to go and get that opportunity. It's up to you to go search and take what you want, because people aren't just going to hand you things. And whether you're black or not, as people in this world, nobody wants to give you anything. And we have to recognize that nobody's going to give you anything. So if you want something, you've got to go out and get it. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Nobody's going to, oh my gosh, that's so sad your dog died 5 years ago. In that case, we'll excuse all your bad grades. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. No one's going to give you a job if you're unqualified. Nobody cares. So are you going to step up to the plate, and are you going to do what's required to be ready to go and get all these opportunities, all this greatness that's in front of you? And if not, what do you have to complain about? Because while you guys are complaining, my students are getting it. Just saying. Got to think about that. Right? Cecilia, Dr. Walton here. Yes, you make your opportunities. Toy Soldier said we have to get what we want. And that's honestly it. If you want to get into graduate school, if you want to get into medical school, go get it. But some of you guys are a lot of talk and filibuster about how bad you want stuff, and there isn't a lot of action that follows it. You don't take advantage of opportunities that are presented to you. And it's a travesty. It really is. But it is what it is, right? It ain't what it ain't. It is what it is. And at the end of the day, you'll be standing there, and everybody else will have what they wanted, and you won't have what you want. And everybody will look at you like you're crazy. Right? Earl said, nobody cares, so no one's going to stop you. Let's go. And that's the whole point. Is if you want it bad enough, go get it. Right? And Nightshock says, people will not just give you opportunities. You have to make them possible. All of this is up to you. Right? And Harpreet says, make it happen. No issues just dominate. Someone just threw it up. Right? And the other flip side is how many of you guys are involved in opportunities and you're so scared to look bad, right? You're the pessimist or you're the optimist. You're like, oh, it'll be fine. They see I'm here all the time. That's all I need to do. Or you're the pessimist. You're like, oh, I don't want people to judge me, so I'm just going to kind of fade to the background. And you're so caught up in what the opportunity is or isn't what you were expected or is what you expected or they're expecting too much of me that you don't even take advantage of the opportunity you're in that moment. How many of you guys have been, truthfully, let's put it up, put an example in the box right now, comment. How many of you guys have had an opportunity? You've been involved. You've been in a club, in a research project. You've been in a volunteer situation, and there were opportunities for you to show your greatness, and you let those opportunities pass you by because you were too concerned or too comfortable or whatever it might be, and you didn't take full advantage. And now, looking back on it in hindsight, you can look at it and you'd be like, "Man, I messed that up. I botched that. I had a chance there." And I let that fly right by me. Who can put it in the box? Right? Good morning. Good morning. I'm seeing some names here. People saying good morning. And good morning. Kofi, what up, man? Kofi just upgraded his LinkedIn page. I like it. Love the tagline. Awesome, man. I'm glad you've been a long-time follower. Thomas says, true, action is more important than words. Working hard and being consistent are the key. No one will hand you success if you don't work for it. Exactly. Just to summarize what I've been talking about, read Thomas' comment right there. Morning, Dr. Irene. What up? Cecilia, good morning. Right? And Ann says, too comfortable is the story of my life. And think about that. Many of you guys are in that position where you thought like, oh, you know what? That grade is good enough. Oh, you know what? The effort I'm putting forth, just showing up at this lab is enough. And in the end, you try to ask for that letter of recommendation. They're like, well, what do you want us to say? That you were here? What else can we say about you? Right? Zahi, what up? What up? Call me boss man. Yes, what up? Right? How many of you guys have been in that situation? Like light the box up. I'm asking you guys. This is for you guys this morning. Right? Katie, what up? How many of you guys are letting opportunities completely slide right past you? Because you weren't stepping up to the plate and being an opportunist. And what is this? MDG'd Joho says, chance to write a research paper last year, kind of underestimated it. Now I'm finishing this paper this semester, putting in the grind, right? And so I'm so glad that the opportunity didn't pass you by. But I've heard of situations, I've seen situations where students were presented an opportunity and literally like, oh yeah, why don't you go ahead and if you can write this up or you can pull this data. And I'll give you a perfect example from my medical school. So if you guys look me up on like PubMed, I have like, I don't know, maybe one or two publications, 1, 2, something in that range. Maybe for sure 1, maybe 2. I don't know. But one of my publications is a cardiac paper. And the way I got on this cardiac paper was I was talking to some cardiac anesthesiologists. We were talking about some different things. And there were a couple other students there. And they were like, yeah, listen, we need some data pulled for us on this project. Would anybody be willing to do this? People were like, yeah, we can do it. And then they're like, yeah, but we need it right away. So you'd have to work over this winter break in between your classes and get it done. And then everybody was like, and I was like, I'll do it. And I busted it out and spent all my winter break doing this data pulling and pulling it together and then trying to learn Stata and all this stuff. And I don't have no idea, right? And then I figured it out and put it together. And because of that, I got a publication out of it. And so we were all standing there, but then I got a publication because I was willing to say, listen, this is an opportunity. And even though it's over my vacation, even though I'm tired as all dog, you know what, because I just finished my first term of medical school, I'm going to do it anyway. Because you don't turn down opportunities. And so for you guys, right, like oftentimes you think you want something. Oh yeah, I want that. But then someone gives you an opportunity to get that. And you're like, no, that's a little too inconvenient. That's not on my schedule. I'm sorry. Right? Right? That's the problem. We got to understand this. And again, that's nothing special about that, right? It's not a talent. Like I'm bringing all this talent to the table. I'm some supreme researcher. It's no. If an opportunity presented, I'm taking advantage. I don't mind being inconvenienced. I don't mind the fact that, yeah, do you know Stata? Do you know how to do data? Oh, of course I know how to do data analysis. I'm like a data analysis whiz. Like, what do you need? I can probably do it like mentally. I don't even need a computer. That's what I told him. Right? I don't care. I'm taking the opportunity. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And that's what happens. So anyway, I'm done with my rant. What do you guys want to talk about real quick? Our serial says 100% never turn down opportunities. Will says, I'm just fighting to get into medical school. Well, fight. Because some of y'all fight like... Some of you guys fight like... What's that black heavyweight who got knocked out by Ruiz? Some of you guys are like that. So where you show up out of shape, no effort, no heart, and so I'm fighting for medical school. Everybody be saying they're fighting for medical school, but not everybody be fighting like scrapping for real. Some of y'all just take it on the chin. Right? Some of y'all are not showing up prepared to fight. You guys are out of shape, a little doughy, haven't been doing your cardio, and you ready for a knockout. But you say you fighting. There we go. Anthony Joshua. Thank you, guys. That's how quickly I forgot his name. Wasn't he the champ or something? I don't even watch that. That poor effort. All respect. Can't get with that. You got to come in shape. Got to take everything serious. He has an opportunity. Get a big payday in his next fight. Slipped. Caught him slipping. Caught him slipping. All right. One question and I'll get out of here. Food Dung says, how about great opportunities that don't relate to professional resume? Absolutely. People, how many of you guys miss out on personal opportunities? How many of you guys have passed up on a vacation because you're like, oh, I don't know, that's kind of far. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be there. I don't know. Such is going. I don't really like them, so I'm going to pass up on this awesome opportunity in this vacation. Right? I don't know. Degenerate just asked, I like how the only question is about my courses. I'm trying to give you guys advice, and someone asked this, but I'll answer this question. But someone asked me a question you guys want information on. Degenerate says, when is Study Pillars version 2 coming out? So if you guys don't know, I have a study course called the 5 Pillars of Studying Less and Getting Better Grades. That is the ultimate study system that will transform you as a student and a studier. And someone just asked when version 2 is coming out. And you're out the loop, baby. Version 2 is already out. People are enjoying. So my students who are on here right now, are you guys enjoying version 2? Is version 2 hot fire, as I like to say? Dr. Wallace says, how can I stay sharp in my gap year? I was thinking of buying Osmosis account or Boards and Beyond. Yeah, so I mean, either one. I think in your gap year, use your gap year to fill in what you're needing to succeed in medical school. What are you what do you need? And for many of you guys don't quite maybe know how to study, or maybe you don't know what to expect in medical school. Get informed and get ahead. And I'm always about knowing what is coming up ahead. And so in addition to maybe getting Osmosis, right, or getting some other program, what I would actually say is, what is the corest thing you can learn that's going to prepare you for medical school? And honestly, that's physiology. And that's because physiology is tied into everything. So if you can become physiologically strong, whether it's Osmosis, whether it's a physiology book, whether it's a program, if you can get physiology strong, it makes everything else downhill. Because everything is an offshoot of physiology. So pathology is an offshoot of physiology, right? It's pathophysiology, right? Treatments, symptoms, everything's an offshoot of what the physiology should be and what ends up happening to physiology. So that's what I would say is, if I was in my gap year and I was getting ready for medical school, gearing up, I would do two things. One is I would get into some physio heavy. And the second thing is I would start looking at the medical school I'm going to and start making contacts and networking to start getting some research done ahead of my medical school time. Because then, right, if you already have an in with the lab, you're already learning what's happening in that lab. When it does come time for you to actually do that research in the small amount of time you have at medical school, you're ready to go. Right? So again, not even just taking advantage of opportunities, but creating opportunities to be successful. That's what we're trying to do. All right. Thank you, Dr. Wallace, for being one of the few who asked the question. All right. I'm going to get out of here this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, it's 6 a.m. every morning. We are live action, getting your daily dose of Dr. Pinesett. If you guys are enjoying this session, if you guys are liking these sections, if you want more of these sessions, like this video. Like this video right now. Comment on this video right now. Share this right now. Let people know that we're here 6 a.m. giving you guys some information to get your day started right. And the other thing is send me a message. Comment in the box. DM me, whatever. Send me a message and let me know what you want to talk about, what's on your mind. So today's thing was from someone who's from a small state school who was worried about their opportunities. So if you have something you want to talk about, send me a message. Send me an email. let me know, because these sessions are for you guys. I don't get up this early for my health. I'm here for you guys. So, anyway. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's what, Thursday? I think? The day of the week? My days blur together a little bit. I think it's Friday, right? I think it's Friday now. I gotta get my days straight. It's Friday, so the weekend is starting. School is starting for many of you guys on Monday. How exciting. Oh my gosh. The medical students, many of you guys have finished your mini quarter, or you're coming up on tests for your mini quarter. Oh my gosh. For the application people, oh my goodness. It is now secondary season in full flow. Some of you guys are interviewing this week. Italia's interviewing next Friday, I know. Right? Woo, woo. Right? So it's an exciting time of year. And yeah, so I'm excited to be doing this stuff. And I'm excited you guys are here with me hanging out. And like I said, we're here at 6 a.m. in the morning. So come out, get your daily dose, Dr. Pinesett. And yeah, that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the mañana, in the morning. By the way, let me ask a question before I get off here. My YouTube people, because I'm live right now simultaneously on Instagram and on YouTube. My YouTube people, how is this video for you guys? Do you guys like it coming over to YouTube? And my Instagram people, do you like it on Instagram, or should I just do YouTube? We'll take a vote right now. YouTube or Instagram, what's easier for people? Should I do both or just one? What do we like? Okay, YouTube people saying it's coming in clear. Instagram people say they like Instagram, right? Because they're on Instagram. That makes sense. All right, people are saying both. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, both is the answer. But the YouTube's coming through strong, so that's good. All right. We'll do both then. We'll do both. All right. Everybody, I'm back on social media. You guys know it, right? So be ready. 6 a.m. every day. Other random posts throughout the day. Other random videos and stuff and uploads throughout the day. Jordan says social media is poison for students. I agree. But I think with everything, there's nuance. And with that being said, we had a discussion in my student group maybe 3 or 4 Sundays ago where, and actually I forget who said it. My students were in my group. Who said it? Who was that clever person who was leading us? Man, I'm blanking right now. But they had a really good point on social media, that your social media is what you make it. And who you follow and who you turn notifications on for and who you like allow to enter your social media sphere, that determines if your social media is poison or not. And so I think it's important, as you guys are on social media, think about critically who you're following and what they bring into your life and what they bring into your stream of consciousness, and whether it's adding to what you're doing or if it's a distractor. So that's what I have to say in response to that comment. So everyone, make it thunderstorm. Yeah. Everyone have a great day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Later.